Here's the sun's spectrum that we've seen before. It's incredibly detailed. It reveals dozens and dozens of different elements, but hydrogen and helium are by far the most common. About 75% of the sun is hydrogen, and about 25% is helium, and just 2% makes up all the rest. Now there's a lot of gas inside the sun. 1 million Earths would fit inside, and the mass of the sun is roughly 300,000 times the mass of the Earth. Newton, who you remember discovered white light has all the different colors of the spectrum in it, also discovered the law of gravity. And here's the law of gravity, and it's worth staring at and thinking about this formula. M1 and M2 are two masses pulling on each other. D squared is the square of the distance between the two objects, and G is just a constant, a number, like pi. So, knowing the mass of two objects and how far apart they are, you can calculate the force of gravity using Newton's formula. Whenever you meet a formula in science, it's a great idea to ask yourself, what is this formula good for? To what objects does this formula apply? So let's stop and take a little quiz. To what objects does Newton's law of gravity apply? Newton's law of gravity applies in all of these cases. In fact, it applies to all material objects, and that's why it's called the universal law of gravity. Do you think this formula can be used to find the force between the Earth and you? If so, what is d, the distance? It can, and d is the distance from you to the center of the Earth. So if you put in your mass, and you put in the Earth's mass, and you put in for d the distance from you to the center of the Earth, you can calculate the force of gravity on you. And as a matter of fact, the force of gravity on you has a special name. Do you know what that is? That's right, it's your weight.